When you ask someone for something, you're not forcing them. You're offering clarity. You're giving them a chance to be generous. You're setting the stage for more honest communication. You're listening to the Voice Room podcast, Asia's go-to space for everything voice, speech, and presentation. Whether you are in Singapore or anywhere across the globe, welcome to your weekly dose of vocal empowerment. Hey there, welcome back to the Voice Room podcast, and I'm your host, Karina Tian. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how to make requests without feeling guilty. I mean, how often have you needed help, wanted a raise, or even just asked someone to speak a little more quietly, and then immediately felt like you had to apologize for existing? Yes, I feel it too. So today we are going to talk about what's behind that guilt, how to reframe making a request as a confident act, and most importantly, how to actually do it in a way that feels respectful, empowered, and real. By the end of this episode, you will walk away with a few practical scripts, a deeper understanding of why this is hard, and also some science-backed mindset shifts that can help you start asking for what you need without guilt. Hello, a quick note. Enrollment is now open for the Voice Room Masterclass 2026. If you have been enjoying these episodes and want to take your communication skills to the next level, this program is for you. We will begin in March and spots are limited. So visit thevoiceroom.com/masterclass to save your spot. Now, back to the show. First, we have got to get honest about where that guilt is coming from. For a lot of people, especially those raised in cultures that value humility or politeness, making a request can feel like a burden. Like we are interrupting someone else's flow, asking for too much, or risking being seen as needy. There's also what psychologists call the spotlight effect. We assume people are paying more attention to us and judging us, far more than they actually are. So when we make a request, our inner critic goes into overdrive. Am I being too demanding? Will they think I'm selfish? What if they say no? The irony, most people don't mind being asked, and they would rather be given a chance to help or clarify something than guessing your needs. And here is a mindset shift that changes everything. A request is not a demand. It's an invitation to collaborate. Let me say that again. A request is not a demand. It is an invitation. When you ask someone for something, you're not forcing them. You're offering clarity. You're giving them a chance to be generous. You're setting the stage for more honest communication. Dr. Marshall Rosenberg, the founder of nonviolent communication, teaches that requests should always come from a place of connection and not control. He says, when we make a request, we are not trying to get our way. We are trying to get our needs met in a way that honors everyone's humanity. That's such a game changer. Because when we think of requests that way, guilt doesn't belong in the room anymore. All right, let's be practical. What does a powerful, guilt-free request actually sound like? Here is a 3-part structure that works almost every time. Number 1, state the context of feeling. Number 2, clearly describe what you are requesting. Number 3, leave room for yes or no without pressure. Let me give you a few examples. Number 1, personal request. Hey, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed this week with everything going on. Would you be open to picking up dinner one night this week? Number 2, professional request. I would love to take on a leadership role in the next project. Would you consider me for that opportunity? Number 3, social request. I need some quiet time tonight to recharge. Can we catch up another day? Notice how none of these include sorry to bother you, or if you don't mind, or I hate to ask, but. That's the guilt speaking. We are learning to speak from grounded confidence instead. Now, here is the part that we all dread. What if they say no? Well, the good news and the bad news is always a possibility. But here is the thing. Someone saying no to your request doesn't mean you were wrong to ask. It doesn't mean you are unworthy. It just means that there's boundary or limitation on their side, and that's okay. In fact, when someone says no respectfully, it means your request was healthy. It gave them the freedom to answer authentically. Here is a good mantra. A no is information, not rejection. You can always follow up with, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate your honesty. Or if something you really need, you could say, would there be another time or way that could work? You are staying grounded, open, and still connected. Let's shift this into a workplace situation. So many of us, especially if you are early in your career, part of your marginalized group, or working in a hierarchy-heavy culture, struggle with asking for what we need professionally. But here's the truth. Clear requests are part of strong relationship. Whether you're asking for clearer deadlines, more resources, schedule flexibility, or just a bit of mentoring, you are helping the team and not disrupting it. Here is a little formula you can use. Observation, impact, request. For example, I've noticed I've been staying late the last few weeks to finish deliverables. That's starting to affect my energy levels. Could we look into redistributing some of the tasks for better balance? Notice, this is honest, respectful, and guilt-free. Before we wrap up, let's talk about guilt as a habit, not a truth. Most of us have internalized patterns that tells us don't rock the boat or don't ask for too much. But those are old scripts. You can now rewrite new ones. Here are some new thoughts to practice. Number 1, your needs matter. Number 2, asking doesn't mean that you are a burden. Number 3, you are allowed to make requests and let others respond as they choose. Number 4, guilt is a feeling. It is not a stop sign. You don't have to force confidence. You just have to choose clarity. So the next time, when you hesitate to make a request, I want you to remember this. Asking is an act of clarity, not conflict. And you don't have to apologize for taking up space. Whether it's a favor, an opportunity, or simply a boundary, give yourself permission to ask. Kindly, clearly, and confidently. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this episode gave you not just language, but courage. If you enjoyed this, please share the episode with someone you know who needs to hear it. Hit that subscribe button so you will never miss a new conversation. And leave a comment. What's one request you have been holding back? And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Voice Room for weekly content, reels, and live Q&As. I'm Karina, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, keep asking with courage and communicating with heart.